Hey, welcome back to Blendverse Review. So, as previously teased in my channel, if you are actually interested in them, and if you had a look, it's kind of obvious that I teased Leatherface from NECA, the 50th anniversary figure over here, as you can see on the screen. I don't know, if you're the type of person to like those solving those tiny little hints that people provide, pretty sure you might be interested. Let me know if it was or not. But I like doing those kind of things, like commercial things, when it comes to horror figures and stuff. Those VHS kind of spooky vibe videos. I just love those things. So I'm trying to do more funny things in my channel, like I don't know, giving a little hint for the upcoming video, like how I just did previously. The link is available in my community post. But if you're watching this before having a look into the hint that I previously released for this video, then you already know the answer, but still do feel free to check it out if you want to. But here it is. It's really cool. So why don't we get straight into the box first, because it's pretty cool. Here it is, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Who will survive and what will be left of them? This was the title of the upcoming trailer video for the upcoming tease video for the next review that I uploaded, so it was quite obvious that this is the figure that I was going to review. America's most bizarre and brutal crimes. What happened is true, not a motion picture. That's just as real. Okay, 50th anniversary, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's the final scene of Leatherface. That's the pretty woman costume, I'm pretty sure it is. Really cool that it has a separate accessory so that you can get the other cosmetics on this guy as well. And I really love the packaging on this thing. I love it. Look at the both versions that you can make in a single figure. Look at that. That's awesome. And inside the box, another picture of Leatherface. And you get some extra pieces, accessories here. And at the background, you actually get a picture of this door thing that I'm going to show you in a bit, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Well, before anything, let's just have a look into the Leatherface first. I love this guy. This guy has 3 different heads, including this thing over here. This is the original piece that comes attached inside the box, and this is my most favorite head sculpt out of all of them. Really, I like it. I like how invisible the eye is, but if you actually use flashlight to see inside, there is a painted eyeball. That is a pretty sick thing to do. The hair is made out of rubbery material. You can see it. It's bendy, really soft. The mask is completely different from the previous version of NECA, and I really like the updated version of this. Super cool, and I'm impressed with all of its detail. Like, even the backside thing. Love the apron. It's pretty cool. I really love how, horizontal this blood is over here. It looks like he slashed someone horizontally so that he got the blood split everywhere in the apron like that. That's pretty sick. Love the tie, because this can move side to side, actually. It's pretty sick. The only complaint I have with this figure, just as always when it comes to NECA figure on my end, you got paint chipping every time you articulate the arms and the armpit. It's really annoying for me. I already expected this to happen, because that's what NECA always did. But I really wish they can do something better when it comes to paint chipping for the joint section, especially for the arms. That's where I always have the issue with. Same goes with the peg for the wrist, but still, overall, the paint job's really nicely done. Really nice. The leg, pretty cool. Love the dark toned blue, navy blue. Love that. I mean, look at that. That is sick, right? So let's have a look into the accessories now. So this is the background paper thing that you get from this figure, which is absolute fire. Look at that. Look at that. That's just straight out from the movie. I love that. Look at that, dude. That's amazing. I don't know. It's just really cool. And here are a bunch of accessories. Really cool stuff. You get another piece of head over here, where the eyes are definitely more visible than what you have as a default. Get the another women mask over here. I forgot the name of this guy. I know the other one was pretty women or something. Pretty, yeah. This is the chainsaw. Pretty nicely detailed. Lightweighted. Inside you can see the chains and stuff. Pretty cool. Wish it was slightly more painted inside, but still, it's a really cool figure. And you, of course, you get the 2 separate hands so that you can hold a chainsaw on this thing. And you got some long hammers, short ones, some knives, some fork and spoon. That's really cool stuff. I really like this spoon over here. It's really, really cute. Look how tiny it is. That is really cool thing. And you get this little hook looking kind of thing over here. Just be careful to not break it. It's kind of thin. You might break it if you accidentally like smack it somewhere or something. And of course, you get the separate apron for the different cosmetic of Leatherface, which is pretty sick. And I think it's definitely worth the money, except for the paint chipping, as NECA always had an issue with. Not sure if it's just me though. And when it comes to the articulation, his head looks up, his double jointed pec, his neck is also movable because it's in ball joint. It can look down that much. It can tilt for sure. Of course, side to side swivel. The arm goes up about that much. And yes, you got paint chipping here already at the armpit area. Very unfortunate as always. Single jointed arm moves about 90 degrees. Just think about classic Ultimate NECA series. Wrist moves as always, swivel and a hinge. There's a side to side swivel for the torso, lower torso, or the waist, should I say. It's in ball joint, but it's kind of tough to move. Of course, the leg moves up and down, side to side as well. Single jointed knee, of course, up and down hinge, side to side swivel. There's a pivot, of course, for the figure. And that is pretty cool. Simple articulation as always. But good thing is that the tie moves side to side, so you can make it look like he's running somewhere, like facing this way or some kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that with the chainsaw in his hand. So let's try to get some poses with this guy. So when I was, taking this guy and trying to get this hand on its thing, this part just, it snapped off. Really unfortunate. I mean, it already snapped off once before reviewing. It's extremely fragile, this part. It's fine, I can super glue it again, no problem. But still annoys me, like this part over here. So just be careful when you try to put the hand on the chainsaw. Well, anyways, we can keep the figure like that with both chainsaw and a hammer, just like how it is in the game called Dead by Daylight, because Leatherface is also in there. Pretty cool. Pretty sure the hammer's on the right hand though, but here it is. I'm gonna say it looks pretty cool. It's really darn cool. I mean, look at that. Just like it's from the movie. And I will have to fix the handle on the chainsaw again. Gonna super glue it. But yeah, here it is. It's pretty cool. Or you can make a whole both the chainsaw with both of his hand, which is more classic than the usual. So still pretty cool. I love this. I tried to super glue the chainsaw handle again, it just wouldn't stick together, which is super annoying. I hate it when this happens. I don't know. There is another way to fix this, so I'm gonna try the other method, of course. But yeah, here it is, Leatherface. Pretty cool. I know there are a lot of accessories over here, but especially this apron over here, it's like whenever I try to put it on, it just wouldn't really work. It's kind of too flat compared to that thing is more round shaped, like surrounded by the body. This thing isn't, so it kind of bothers me every time I try to put this apron on. Kind of unfortunate. Yeah, the chainsaw handle is really annoying. Damn, man. I don't know. But the Leatherface itself is pretty good figure, and yeah, I do recommend it if you do not own any Leatherface figure. Though my opinion is that The McFarlane 18-inch version of this guy is just amazing as hell. That thing has to be the best Leatherface figure for me. But yeah, here it is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll come back with another review.